Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. This is the Being Your Own CEO Success Circle. And this morning we're going to talk about business promotion ideas. So I will start by introducing myself and then invite the others to do the same. So as you can see, I'm LowellAnn, and I moderate my own beingyourownCEO.com website. I've actually have 3 websites and a partner on a 4th website. So I really like working with solopreneurs who are working with an online business. Maybe I should mention our website for courses, Vivek. We have created that website, and we have created a major course called the Of Course course. But we have also just posted a mini course, free mini course. So I invite you to go and look for websiteforcourses.com. Here comes somebody I don't know. Who's Mallory Nicholson?
Is it Fred?
It might be.
Yeah, it's Fred. I remember now. He has the same problem I have.
Right.
Hi, Mallory.
So, David, you had your hand up for a minute there. Is that, would you like to introduce yourself?
Well, I was going to ask you to change your background for maybe a minute or two to your courses course.
Oh, of course. I can do that.
You would like me to introduce myself? I wasn't trying to jump in front of Vivek, but I will if you like.
You go ahead.
Okay. I'm Dave Flannery with Affordable Websites for Small Business. I reside in Rock Falls, Illinois, in the United States. I monitor the chat, and right now we have no one in there, and we are broadcasting through YouTube and the website.
Right on. Thank you, David. Okay, so Vivek, how about you?
Namaste. My name is Vivekanand. I am proud to share my belief with Steve Jobs and Leonardo da Vinci, who said simplicity is the ultimate in sophistication. I aim to bring time-tested wisdom and happiness together into your business and life by unifying, simplifying, and amplifying simple technology and tools. Wake Technology is my company. Together, let us wake up our potential. I am in England, UK. The weather has been not so bad. Today it has been sunny, so the spring is upon us, by the looks of it.
Yes. That's good to hear. Spring is upon us as well. The sun is brilliant here in Victoria. So,
and we have also changed our clocks. So back to it is 5 o'clock here.
Okay. So right on. So welcome, Vivek. Glad you are here. And Sarah, how would you like to introduce yourself? And for everybody, Sarah is new. Sarah and I met at a local networking group years ago called HOST, Home Office Support Team. So Sarah, how would you like to introduce yourself?
Thank you, LowellAnn. My name is Sarah, and I'm in Victoria, British Columbia, and my business is Piece of Cake Communications. I'm really excited to be here today and spend some time with other folks and learn a few things and share where I can. Thanks for inviting me, LowellAnn.
Right on. Nice to have you here. And there's Fred smiling because Fred is a member here because of Sarah years ago. So, Fred, would you like to introduce yourself?
Yes. LowellAnn. I'm Fred Jones, the creator of Our Future Leaders, where I assist young people to gain those all-important communication and leadership skills that will help them to become the leaders that our world needs as it's changing. I'm currently on my friend's boat still, which is in Ladysmith, which is 90 kilometers approximately up island from where LowellAnn and Sarah are. And it's been cold. It's probably about 1 degree. Maybe it's getting warmer now that the sun's out. And it's going to get warm today. It's going to get probably up to 11 or 12 here. So I'm looking forward to it.
Aha. You're not alone, Fred. I think we're all looking forward to it. Oh dear. So I'm glad you're here. And Javita.
Hello everyone, I'm Jivita from Mumbai, India. I'm a Reiki Master teacher and I also like to help people to start their own business. And I'm really happy to be a part of this group, and I thank LowellAnn for inviting me.
Well, it's nice that you've started to come in real time rather than sitting out there in YouTube. So right on.
Thank you.
So glad you're here. What time is it in Mumbai?
In Mumbai, it's 9:30 in the evening.
Right on. Oh, there is Alana. You're just in time to introduce yourself.
Hi everyone, my name is Alana, coming to you from Ireland, and my company is ALB Digital Marketing Solutions, where I write copy and content for businesses.
How are things in Ireland?
It is a gorgeous sunny day here, 5:05 p.m. And it's going to be nice through the weekend, and then we're going to get a polar blast or Arctic blast or something.
Oh.
So yeah, it's weird like that. 1 week it's nice, and next week it's not. So.
Yeah, well, I guess it's like that everywhere.
We usually, stop lighting fires after Easter, and we start lighting them again around Halloween. But I think we might be going past Easter this year, so we'll see.
That's right. This weekend is Easter weekend, isn't it?
That's right. We have Monday off here, so we have Easter Monday. So that's a holiday. So it's a Friday. It's Good Friday. That's a holiday here as well. So it's a 4-day weekend here.
Yes. Likewise here. Yeah. So, well, welcome to you all. I'm so happy everybody joined us. We were going to talk about business promotion ideas. And of late, we have been talking about Meera Kothand's book called Selling the Intangible. And she does provide a few ideas, but yes, thank you, Vivek. He's holding the book up. You've got the hard copy. I've got the soft copy on my tablet. So, she does share a few ideas, and we thought we would share those ideas that we found there. But I was hoping we would also share any other ideas that we have, things that we know that can work, etc. I think everybody is aware that, yes, I mentioned the website for courses. And we have created a course and a mini course on the website, and we've been thinking and talking about, so what do we need to do to promote all this? So it's topical for Vivek and I, but anybody else who has an online business, I'm sure it is also topical for them as well. So the first thing that I wanted to share was the piece that really jumped out for me in the book in terms of promotion was her comment that, you know, if you have a website and you've created a major product, she has some terminology which I'm not going to try to remember, but if you're talking about
signature course, she calls it.
signature, yeah, okay, thank you. He's I read it a while ago. He's in the process of reading it, so good, thank you. But what she says is, don't expect people to come to a website and buy a signature piece right off the bat, because people are unaware of what they might get. And so she recommends what she calls a lost leader, or I think you said a tripwire, something that would.
Yeah, I think the concept there is like tripwire, as in you have a wire that is attached to some tripping device. Somebody comes in, you know, oh, somebody is in. So
You
I
catch
think
them.
it comes from that.
Yeah, you catch them.
As in,
Yeah.
you essentially, I would probably call it a freebie, more
Yeah.
or less.
Yeah, or
A-
a lost leader.
Yeah.
I think lost leader is a term from the retail industry, is it not? Might be.
Yes, it is. Loss leader is a term from retail, where you sell a product at a loss, but the intention is to get people through the door, so that lots of people come in to buy with the intention of buying this product, but they go through the shop and they end up buying lots of other things. So this is a loss leader, as in it leads them to buy other stuff.
Yeah. So that was one of the suggestions that popped out for me in terms of our marketing this course that we've just finished. So what we did was we posted a blog that was really more like a mini course. So that way a visitor to the site could look at the mini course to get a sense of how we work and what our content is like, etc. So that was one way that she mentioned that would be good for promoting the major piece. The other thing that I noticed she speaks a lot about is using your email list to promote whatever it is that you're trying to promote. But as I was saying earlier before we started recording, that means you have to have a list. And if you don't have a list, then that means you have to create something that will generate a list. So it's not as simple as she makes it sound. You've got to have. I can see you're about to say. Yeah, say something.
I guess what she's kind of saying is, you don't have to have a big list. Start with the small one, but I guess you'll have to start somewhere. So,
So yes, you can promote something using a list if you have one. So that was another piece that she talked about. Well, there you are, Jay, and I was going to, if you hadn't arrived, I was going to describe that nifty little course that you described last week. I thought that was a great way to promote. So how would you like to share that and describe it?
Well, if you can narrow down which promotion, I do lots, but are you talking
Oh,
about
you don't know which one I'm talking about.
Are you referring to the SEO, the $40 audit?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Right. So basically, it's an SEO audit consisting of me going through someone's site for about 10 minutes time, ranging from it's really three things that I look at. One is inside a SEO software. Two is actually on the website, and then three is in the search engines. And I give tips based off of what I see. And it's $40, and then $20 of that goes to Ronald McDonald House. So in essence, it's kind of like a lost leader, if you will, in terms of the business world. But two things happen. One is Ronald McDonald House gets some funds their way, and then two, there may be an opportunity down the road where I can provide a more thorough SEO audit or other types of services. But at the end of the day, what I've attained is someone's contact details. So it's basically I'm paying $20, or I'm sorry, people are paying me $20 to give me their email.
But Jay, also, I think I gleaned that you do that just using a video.
Yes.
And the video is shared with them so that you're able to do this within your own time frame.
Oh, absolutely. So, so I just do a screen recording, and I just talk, and it's about 10 minutes long, to which I then upload to YouTube, and then make it an unlisted link. And then I email that link to that individual who purchased that product.
I think it's brilliant, Jay.
Thank you.
I think it's just brilliant. Yeah. So we did mention lost leader just before you came in. So there's Jay's example of a lost leader. David, I see you have your hand up.
Yeah, I got a question for Jay. Do you automatically make that payment to Ronald McDonald, or is that a manual process for you?
It is a manual. At this time, it is a manual. I like to see if there is a way to automate that, but for the time being, so just on Sundays, I allocate all the funds that have accumulated and then pay it out to Ronald McDonald. So I'll probably end up doing it monthly.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. So there's another a really good example of a lost leader. Oh, I see. Who else has raised their hand? It says 2 participants. Who else?
Jivita.
Oh, Jivita. Oh, yes, I can see it now. Question. Go ahead, Jivita.
No, I just want to say that I want to say Jay, thanks, because in the morning I received your email about that, what you are talking about. And I really like your suggestions, and I tried to apply to my website. And it's really interesting to see our work from, from Jay's point of view, because he's such a mastery over SEO. And we get so many tips as usual.
Yes.
So thanks very much.
Oh, cool. Boy, isn't it nice to get that kind of reaction? Oh, love it. Just love it. Okay, so there was an example of a lost leader. I was thinking also about creating a Pinterest pin, because when you create a Pinterest pin, you're expected to link back to your website. And so finding people, creating a business site on Pinterest, and putting Pinterest pins there back to your site with your product. So there is another idea for promoting whatever it is. I mean, in a sort of a way, we're more talking about services rather than products, tangible products right now, I think. That's mainly what Meera talks about in her book that we've been talking about. So I'm wondering about everybody else here. I mean, I just pulled out 2 or 3 things that occur to me. What about everyone else? Any other sort of business promotional ideas?
So I'd like to address, I think, is that the Sarah D that I know, the communication maven?
It is. Nice to
Oh,
see
wow,
you, Jay.
cool. Well, I would really like to hear the communication maven and the way she promotes, because, you know, she's someone who I look up to in terms of the way she communicates, and in terms of the promotion, I've been had firsthand experience of the way she promotes herself, you know, whether it be through live speaking engagements or through emails and stuff like that. So because I mean, it's pretty awesome, some of the things that you do, you know, ranging from simple things like sending Christmas cards to your list and stuff like that. So I sometimes, like, promotion ideas aren't always necessarily trying to get new customers, but more so keeping existing customers or keeping a relationship with said customer for a long period of time. And very similar to what realtors do, you know, like, so if you hire a realtor and then, you know, you buy a house through that realtor, you know, it's anticipated, Dave, that, you know, down the road, maybe you'll buy another one, maybe you'll sell something else, you know, so it's always about keeping that long-term relationship.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Thank you, Jay. It's nice to see you, Jay, by the way. I haven't seen you in person for a long time. Thank you for mentioning some of the things that I've done, because it's a good reminder that I need to do them again, to be honest. Yeah, one of the things that I've done, and I think a lot about what Jay said, and somebody must have told me early in my business about how much easier it is to keep a customer or get repeat business than it is to always be finding new customers. And I really thought about that. And one of the things that I've done in the past, and again, I need to start doing again, is, yeah, sending out very simple greeting cards, and not just at Christmas, hopefully, like summer cards. In the past, I've sent them out at very beginning of summer. You know, if somebody has a special occasion or has an accomplishment of some sort, I like to send those out. Ideally, I am sending out one greeting card, and I mean like an old-fashioned greeting card, not an e-card, once a week. That is always my goal. And I'll tell you, it works like a charm. Like, for the cost of the card and the stamp, it works like a charm. I would say that after sending a card within 2 months, it seems like a long time, but within 2 months, I've generated some business, not necessarily with that person, but someone they told about my business. And that it's such an easy thing to do. So if I think about today, for example, who do I need to thank for something, and like an honest thank you, it has to be honest, and I send that card along, it's the best thing I've ever done. It's really so simple, and it's so old-fashioned, but lovely. I love getting mail. I don't know about you, but I love getting mail. I think it's so rare nowadays.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So thank you, Jay, for the reminder to get those out.
Yeah, I think in modern society, one could call sending paper products guerrilla marketing, because it's so obscure these days, and so, you know, out of the ordinary these days, that like, what is this piece of paper with writing on it? So I think it's awesome. Yeah.
Thanks.
Well, and we did earlier, I guess it was before we started recording, we did sort of say that, yes, there are still magazines. You can always advertise or do something in magazines as well. But I guess in my what I was thinking was mainly how do we promote our business mainly online. So
Yeah, I think online is really about, well, even before deciding to promote online, you have to recognize, are you the brand, or is the entity the brand, or is it a combination, or are you in front of a brand? So because if you are a company, and even though you're a solopreneur, is it the company name that you're trying to promote, where you've got a logo, you've got a brand, or is it you, like, are you the brand? I think that's really important to understand at its foundation, because then it's going to really help the way you market yourself and the way you promote yourself, whether it be online or offline. So that being the difference between your, LowellAnn mentioned Pinterest. Is it your photos and your pictures of you doing the things that you do for your business, or is it photos of you of something other than you? So I think that's quite important to understand that once you have that foundation, then I think it's doing all sorts of different types of online promotion. It'll just make it that much easier. But essentially, are you the avatar, or is there an entity that's the brand?
So is it you or your company, or a combination, really, in a kind of a way, isn't it? Yeah. Well, there's Matthew. Good morning, Matthew. I do believe you probably know everybody here. You know Sarah Davio?
I don't believe we've had the pleasure of meeting. Hello, Sarah.
Hello, Matthew. Nice to meet you.
Both from Victoria. Sarah and I met a long time ago at Host. I know you've been to Host. So we're talking about promotion ideas, how to promote our services online, mostly. Although we did talk about getting offline and doing something old-fashioned. What about you, David? You have a number of things. How do you promote your business?
Number of different ways. One is through blogs. I'm trying to, and reviews for some of the websites that I have for affiliate marketing. The other way is I'm going old school with postcards. Talking to my daughter about doing Facebook boosts for doing the cafe, trying to promote doing restaurant websites, and she told me that it would be better off just sending out regular postcards, and that you would have better results with that. That it would get into the hands of the owner, whereas a Facebook ad comes in and goes out and it's gone, and if they don't see it, you're missing out. So that's where I'm going with that. And in the real estate, we promote our business through Zoom, where we pay for them to advertise us as being real estate agents, and that works quite well for us, and we get a lot of buyers that way. So those are my main ways.
Right on. How about you, Matthew? How do you promote your business?
Morning. Yeah, I promote my customers in a variety of ways. I sheepishly must admit I haven't really done a lot of promoting of my own business, actually. It's I guess that's good in the sense that it's referrals, but we've just taken on a client called Go for Virtual, which does real estate photography in 24 hours. And so promoting them, we're setting up a LinkedIn page, because we have lots and lots of real estate agents through LinkedIn. Some smaller Facebook ads, and basically, like David, we printed up these postcards. designed them and printed them up, and we're calling the brokerages and asking to come by and leave them with a COVID-friendly package, and just letting the realtors know that we're out there. So that's what we're doing right now.
Isn't that interesting? There's 3 people that are going the old-fashioned route. I remember a long time ago, somebody doing the postcard thing and just going to a major mall where there's a huge parking lot and just putting the postcard on the windshield of every car. I never found out how successful that was, but I remember thinking, wow, they're all in one place. Boy, that makes it easy.
You mean you have to have an audience, or you have to be selling a product that people that go to malls are going to be receptive to.
Right.
Like my business of doing websites, it would, you may get 1 out of 100 that are in the parking lot that are interested in building a website. So I don't think it would be efficient for me. It might do for my air fryer site, and that I could promote people to go to the air fryer site. I probably get better results with that. So that's one to consider for the air fryer.
Oh, okay. And Vivek, what about you? I mean, what are you doing? How do you promote your own business?
I was going to mention a rather funny situation I encountered this morning. And it is to do with the realtors or estate agents, as they are called here in UK. I was working in my job, as I call it, in a retail environment, and in comes a card delivered by the postman, and it is addressed to the shop. The number and so on is of the shop, but the address is to the homeowner. So I was like, what? Homeowner? This is a shop. And you are supposed to be an estate agent. You are supposed to know what building is what. You don't know. Why are you sending postcards, wasting postage and making yourself look
right?
So yeah, so I was thinking of, okay, send postcards, right, but make sure that it is the right person with the right details.
Well, yeah, because what you're describing sounds like whoever sent the cards out just bought a list from somewhere. Doesn't it? That's what it sounds like. Yeah. Interesting. So, do you use any methods to promote your own business?
Not yet. I do need to. That is the reason I am reading this book, because what I'm trying to sell is intangible.
Right, a service.
Yeah.
A service and a set of what you have is your knowledge. Big time. Right on. And
I gotta fly, folks. Thanks everyone for your time.
Thanks for dropping by, Jay. Fred, I was wondering, I know that you worked for software companies, and I'm not sure you're promoting right now, but any ideas occur to you around promoting a business or a service?
Believe it or not, yes. Even though I'm trying to promote youth clubs and youth programs, you have to find your target market. That's number one. And this comes back to a fellow that I've followed for years, actually, Dean Jackson. And Dean is, I would consider a solopreneur, although he's involved in lots of groups and organizations. He's in Florida. He's originally a real estate agent from Toronto area. And he has worked out, he's a very smart man. He's worked out what he calls 8 profit activators. Number one is find your target market. If you don't do that, you don't know where to promote. And then he goes on how you compel the people to contact you, different methods, including postcards. He says that's very effective. Like if you're marketing to restaurants, you're marketing to real estate, I mean, to, buyers and so on, so it's really cool. And then educate to motivate is step 3. Step 4 is your unique offer. And then number 5 is a dream come true. What is a dream come true for your client? It's all about clients. And then he goes into what Sarah was talking about, the after sales service. And how you keep that relationship going, because once you've got a customer, and then orchestrating referrals. And he's got some really cool ideas along all the steps, including orchestrating referrals. Now, why am I interested in that? Because I'm not interested in making money, but I'm interested in getting people to start youth clubs and so on. I found my target market with, as you know, when I went to Portugal 2019 with Agra, and I'm now their ambassador for youth around the world. And how do I promote that? Well, you saw I'm trying to do a course because of your Of Course course. That's why I find this very valuable. Now I've got to try and promote that. So I'm doing some Facebook, but I think I'll do a video as well and mention a story of how people have found it a challenge, and I've got an answer for that. When you want to start a youth club, it's not just, I'm going to start a youth club. Where do you start? Those are the sort of things. But Dean Jackson is a very interesting, and that's all free until you want him personally. And he's built himself a very nice lifestyle as a solopreneur. He goes and has I think they're about 3 or 4 days, but he goes to Australia regularly. I don't think he's doing it now in COVID, he's doing it online. He would go to Amsterdam, England, and I think in Canada, and he'd have, during the year, he would fly and do these 1-week courses, and he promotes them. You should have options there. And I've tried to emulate that a little bit in my signature of my emails. You'll notice, if you want to do this, do that. So Dean Jackson, I think, is a wonderful resource, because you can download books that he has, free books about promoting. So, and then of course Meera Kothand, which Jay originally mentioned. Yeah. I think because she's the solopreneur, and her material I find very helpful as well. Yeah. So there's a couple sources that I think are very, very good.
Who was the second? Sorry.
Meera Kothand.
Meera Kothand. We mentioned it before. You asked how to spell her name once, Matthew. Look at the book. Look at the screen, Matthew. You're busy writing it down. Meera Kothand. She's from Singapore. She works from home. She's a young mother, and she's really aims at people like us. That's her target market. And she's got some good stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. So when I started out, I was quoting some of the things that I found in her book. Yeah. David, you have your hand up.
Yes, Fred, can you put in chat the website to go to for Dean, or some books, so that I can put it into YouTube, please?
Right on.
And also where to sign up for your newsletter, Fred. I'd like to receive it.
Right. So, there, Fred disappeared there for a minute. So, Javita, what about you? And you may be using, because you're in, in another country, you may be using different approaches to promote your business. And I know you have more than one business.
Yeah. First of all, I want to know that we are talking about today promoting our product in this discussion through many of you mentioned that you are sending postcards, right?
Mm-hmm.
So do you sending it to, yeah, means to international your customers also, clients also, or only to local?
That's a good question, Javita, because I mean, in this group here, we are sort of a semi-international, so that would be yeah. So I mean, if I wanted to send a postcard to everybody that's here, I would need their address for one thing, which we don't always have their physical address when we're interacting online. So that puts a wrinkle in that idea. So yes, so the using the postcard, it seems to relate more to a local business. Yeah, but so over and above, how do you promote your businesses online?
Most of the time, I promote my websites through social media,
Mm-hmm.
and I promote mainly on Pinterest, because we basically are most of us are bloggers,
Mm-hmm.
and Pinterest is very helpful for that reason. That Pinterest allows to um, uh, pin for a particular blog multiple times that no social media platform allows.
Mm-hmm.
You can pin almost 5 to 6 pins for a single blog post.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's very helpful for bloggers. They can promote their products, affiliate links. Also, Pinterest is very, open to affiliate links also. And many people are directly promote Amazon products or their services. So I find that's very interesting.
And when you mention that you can post more than one item in Pinterest, I was listening to a local presentation. Matthew and Sarah, you probably know Julie Selby. She did a presentation for Dotto this week about Twitter, and what occurred to me was she mentioned how in Twitter the feed rolls by really, really quickly. And so, therefore, it's legitimate to post the same thing several times in one day, because it's always going to be different people that see it. So it occurred to me that maybe I need I need to do pay a little bit more attention to Twitter than I have in the past.
A couple of years ago, I had created a tool which would tweet
Really?
lines from a spreadsheet over and over again. So,
Really?
yeah.
Whoa.
Oh,
Well,
that would be very interesting. You
yeah.
never mentioned, maybe.
It might be time to resurrect that.
Yeah.
Vivek. Now, Matthew, I saw you had your hand up before, but you took it down. Does that mean you forgot what?
No, we moved on, but just wanted to first. Can I have your name here, Shibangi, but please tell me how to pronounce your name. I'm sorry.
Jivita.
Javita.
Javita? Okay,
Yeah.
hello.
Yeah.
So for international cards, actually, I got involved with, and I put it aside, but I'm looking at it again. Something called Send Out Cards, because when I bought a online course from a fellow on Facebook many years ago, he sent me a card from Send Out Cards, and then he sent me a box of chocolates. He was the only person I ever gotten the kind of response from when I bought a course online. And then he called me just to find out who I was, talked about our families. Fantastic follow-up, and I was following him religiously for the next 7 to 8 years, and he went on to different things, and so we didn't have anything in common anymore. But I liked Send Out Cards because it's an affordable way to go online, build a digital card, and then they'll print it out of the States at a bulk rate, and they'll send it for you anywhere, I think anywhere in the world now. And I'm thinking that if you're capturing information from people's addresses, it might be a really useful tool. That's all.
Oh, interesting that I haven't thought about Send Out Cards for years. I used to be involved in that. Wow, I'll have to go look at it again. So thanks for bringing that up. Cool. So, Javita.
Yes, and I think LowellAnn, last year you sent me a card through Jackson. I think I forgot the website name, but from Jackson, I definitely remember. And then I follow her, and she has such a fantastic e-cards. And I am now a member of her website.
Jacquie Lawson. Yes.
Okay.
Jacquie Lawson in the UK. Yeah.
Yeah, she's from UK. And she has such fantastic greeting cards for every occasion. So
yes, I use them a lot. I have done for years and years. Yeah. So that one is a good one. Sarah, I see you waving.
Yeah, I'm curious about this thing that just going back to what Matthew said about the box of chocolates. And FYI, if anyone ever wants to send me a box of chocolates, I'll be your friend forever. Just mentioning that. But it's very interesting, right? Like you said that you've remembered that all these years. And you think about that when people with honesty extend, that kind of kindness and generosity. Wow, you can't do that with everyone. Well, maybe you can. Maybe it's worth it. Like if I sent my best clients, let's say, all of them a box of Purdy's chocolates next week, like what kind of an impact would that have? That's good marketing.
Yeah. And actually I'm talking to some people about a virtual assistant. And so I'm figuring out a way to maybe just template a card. So just a few cards that I can send out to people. If people are willing to share their information, like when their birthdays are, or, special events or what have you, your best customers for sure. But if it's something that can be automated somewhat, but still have that personal touch, right? I mean, that phone call, I'm sure he didn't call everybody who signed up for his course, but maybe he did. I don't know. He only talked for 15 minutes, but it made the impact that I bought everything that he was offering for the next 7 years. Everything.
I'm going to send you a box of chocolates, Matthew.
I had that kind of same experience just yesterday. I have a 3D camera. It takes pictures 360 degrees. And I hadn't used it in a while. And I went to my phone to make sure that it was working right and everything and take a picture at home. And because I was going out to do a real estate photo shoot. And somehow the app had gone. It had disappeared. It wasn't on the phone anymore. And you need the app to be able to do it. So I called them and I didn't even leave a message. I just called and I got a call back in about a half an hour, 45 minutes. And I was amazed. And he walked me through everything and showed me all the new features of the software. And I didn't buy a thing. And it really was really nice. I really enjoyed it. And I'm glad I bought that package now. So I will stay with them instead of going to Matterport.
So the value of really good follow-up and really good connection. Well, folks, I'm looking at the time. It is 9:47. Unless there are more ideas out there, I should give everybody, throw it out again. If there is another idea for promotion, please share it. And
I had a question.
okay.
In the book, Meera Kothand talks about, she has a quote: people don't buy drill bits, they buy holes.
Yeah. So
How do I as a software person, any ideas?
So basically, it's about outcomes, isn't it?
Yeah.
What is the outcome? Yeah. So Fred, I saw you wave there. Did you? Or was that intentional?
Yeah, it was for Vivek. I mean, it's in your software business. It's not the fact that you have fantastic spreadsheets and you can do it. It all comes down to, I think, the very first sales course I went on. They said, it's not the features, it's the benefits. What does it do for them?
Mm-hmm.
It's like a car has so many horsepower. So what? Oh, it can be safe and you have to overtake and you have your family in the car. That's the benefit of having more horsepower. So what is the benefit of what you're offering, Vivek, in your software? You can make their life so much easier. You can save them time. Those are the holes, not the drill bits. That's what it is. So yeah, you have a lot to offer. What are the benefits? That's really what.
And you can do things a whole lot more cheaply. That's one of our main selling points as well. Using tools that you don't have to pay an arm and a leg for.
Yeah.
Right. Any other well, Fred, you usually have the last word. Is that your last word, or would you like to do a last word?
Well, always happy to talk. I think it's a key element. Is who's our target market? Start there and say, oh, how can I help them? It's always solving problems. What problem can you solve for whom? That's where you start. And then how do you promote that? I love the fact that we got into chocolates and items, because this goes back a long way. When I worked on the gold mines in South Africa, there was one salesman who every time he came, he brought packets of candy. And even if you weren't there, you'd walk into your office, it was on your desk. You knew it was from him. This man was welcome every office, every place, because he brought sweets. When I was running my own business as a recruiter in Toronto, I would send out cards, but I would put a piece of chocolate in it, like these wafer chocolates you would get. I would put that in the envelope too. It didn't cost me any more as far as mailing, because it was a thin chocolate, but I would put that in the card as well. So that mainly because of that person. But then guess what? Matthew starts talking about the man who sent him a box of chocolates. He's never forgotten him. It's amazing how you can do some magic with chocolate and something like that. It just differentiate you from all the others. And that's something else that you can do. But I would go back to Dean Jackson and those 8 profit activators. I think that takes you right through the whole thing, from finding who it is and to keeping them, and then they refer other people to you. How do you get that? So now you got your customer, but you want them to refer. So that's the whole setup that he's got. I think that's a wonderful journey he takes you on through that 8, from getting a customer to keeping it to getting them to refer others to. So that's what I would recommend. I did put it in the chat, these breakthrough DNA.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
But this is a wonderful topic. It's something we can all.
Well, you know, as you were talking about this chocolate thing, I do some contract work at a local care center, And one of the things that I do for them while I'm there is I place orders for their office equipment, office supplies. And there's a local a BC company called Medill. And whenever the order arrives, there's always a chocolate bar in the order. And yes, I always have the desire to let people know about Medill. So you're right. Chocolate works wonders. Oh dear, I'm so sorry that Alana had to drop off. We all have to recognize, and Jay, we all have to recognize that life and work happens, and so we carry on. So, but it was nice that they were here, and I see Matthew has had to drop off as well. So, given that, I am going to remind everyone it's important to do what you love with passion, and to let you know that our topic for next week was what's new with Google, or maybe just Google products in general. So, given that, I bid you goodbye, and see you all next week, I hope. And I need to put in Alt 4.